What's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 25 of Off the Dribble. This is kind of like an emergency episode, a little bit. I don't know if all you guys watching some crazy news out of the blue happened yesterday. Bring it to Aashrith real quick if he just wants to say what happened yesterday night. I don't want to speak on anything yet.
So, I mean, if you follow basketball, you probably saw what happened yesterday night. But Wolves big man Karl-Anthony Towns gets moved to the Knicks, and a shock move for Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo, and I think it was a 2025 Pistons first.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big piece of the trade. I'm assuming
It's a big piece. It depends on how. Obviously, with that pick, it depends on like how heavily protected it is, like things like that. Obviously, I don't know the full details about the pick in itself, but
yeah,
that trade, man, like I was getting ready to go to sleep. It was like around probably like 10:15. I'm in Jersey. I'm not in Florida right now. So then I had my GRE today morning. I was like, yo, let me get a good night of sleep. Like I'm gonna go to bed a little early, wake up pretty early. Then like as I was going to sleep, I was putting my phone down. Then I get like a sleeper notification. And every time I get a sleeper notification, I think it's about football. But I opened it and then I see Sean's. And I'm like, all right, it's probably something normal, like an update about the NBA. Then I look and it's like Karl-Anthony Towns is on the move to the New York Knicks. And I was just like, wait, what? I was in complete shock. I was sad because I didn't know who we were getting back. In my mind, I thought we'd get back like Mitchell Robinson. And I was like, yo, it's over for us. You went from the Western Conference Finals to losing your second best player on the team. But after like seeing who we actually ended up getting, like you got Julius Randle. In my opinion, he's probably going to be like a 1-year rental. Like for the Wolves, I think they just wanted to clear up some cap space because, in all honesty, like as a Wolves fan, for the past 3 years, you can kind of see like in like the management itself, you see like them kind of wanting to ship Cat out, but like it's always been just like, should we do it? Should we not? Because he's been here for so long, he's helped the team so long. But like at one point, when you have a player that's getting paid $50 million and he's been on the team for 10 years and he's only made the Western Conference Finals once, like it's a business at the end of the day. Like it's sad as a fan, and like the whole reason I became a Wolves fan is because Cat got drafted to the Wolves. He's from Jersey. He literally went to school like 30 minutes away from us. So like that's fully the whole reason I became a fan. But getting back Randle as like I think it's gonna be really good because if I don't think I've been seeing a lot of comments on Instagram posts, TikToks, and everything. Everyone's just like, oh, you traded mid for mid, or you traded like a poor playoff performer for an even worse playoff performer. But I think people forget like the whole reason the Knicks are even on the map from to begin with is because of Julius Randle. Like before Brunson became a thing, that whole Hawks, whenever they lost to the Hawks in the playoffs, like that whole like getting into the playoffs from that point on, he's built the foundation for them. So I feel like people in his last 30 games of the season before he went down with a shoulder injury, he was averaging 26, like 10 and 5, shooting at like 47, 33%, and like 80% from the free throw line. If he didn't get hurt, I feel like the Knicks could have given the Celtics a run for their money in the Eastern Conference Finals. But then, as a 1-year rental, I feel like it's kind of just like a deal for the Wolves to tell him, like, all right, prove yourself. Maybe try and get a contract somewhere else. I don't think the Wolves are going to keep the core with him. Like, that's like the core they want. They're going to probably transition Nas coming into the 4 now. But then with that trade, you also get Dante DiVincenzo. And the whole reason the Knicks traded for Mikal Bridges is to get that Nova group back, and that is gone. They didn't even play a single game. I highly doubt they even like had like an official practice together. So you're ruining chemistry from one side, and you're also ruining chemistry on the T-Wolves side. So overall, like helping teams, I don't really know. I don't really see like the vision on the Wolves side. I also don't see the vision on the Knicks side. The Knicks needed like a big body in the middle who can like protect the rim and just be a defensive force. Cat's the opposite of that. I don't want to say soft, but he's a stretch 5. Like he's not there to like bully you in the paint and like be that defensive minded center. So like I don't really see where both sides are going. I just think the Wolves did it because that's the best trade value they'll get for Cat at this point, and just wanted to get out of his contract. But I think like the Wolves, like people say they're falling out of contention. I don't think that's the case at all. Like the team just got so much more deeper. Our starting 5 on our bench in itself can probably compete with the majority of teams in the league in itself already. So like you're just adding depth and you're just trying to give Ant as much help as you can right now. and they're also building for the future as well. So like it'll take some time for the trade to settle down in me, but like first when I looked at it first and looking at who we got without the team playing a game, I don't think it's like terrible. But like I know you personally, you don't really have so much trust in Randle. Like when the trade first came out, you were literally like, "Damn, I don't want to see Randle playing on y'all's team." So what do
Dude,
you
like,
think about
like I think Julius Randle's a really good player.
it? Mm-hmm.
Do I think that like obviously Ant hasn't really developed into that sort of like playmaker yet. He's very much still in that sort of hero ball mode, which is fair. He's such a good scorer. But the issue is so is Randle. So it's like you have two players that only want to score.
Mm-hmm.
That on offense like are relatively ineffective if they don't have the ball, especially Julius Randle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I can't wait for that like 30th regular season game where Julius Randle calls an ISO in the fourth quarter and has Ant standing on the corner. Like it's gonna be a mess, bro. But like I think Ant's good enough to like get anything out of like anything. Like I honestly think it's a lateral move for you guys. Like I don't think you really get worse. I don't think you really get better. Like honestly, like I think DiVincenzo is probably the highest value move you made. Like you spoke a lot about Randle, but you guys like I don't know how well you guys shot the three last season, but
3-point shooting are like probably one of like our negatives throughout the season. It's like we did consistent 3-point shooting outside of Mike Conley and Cat. Like we didn't get that.
And DiVincenzo is probably a top 5 or 10 catch and shoot 3-point shooter in the league.
Easily, yeah.
So he's gonna give you a lot of plus on that side. I think he starts like I think it'll probably be Conley, DiVincenzo, and Ant at the 3, if I had to guess. And then probably Randle and
to the bench.
Huh?
They slide Randle to the bench, or they slide McDaniels to the bench?
McDaniels, I think. Like I don't. It's such a mess. If like my original vision was like I thought they did the trade so Nas could start.
Yeah,
and like I thought they wanted to build around Nas, but then I'm like not build around Nas, but like build around like.
I'm gonna interrupt you. Nas right now on the Wolves is the longest tenured Timberwolf on the roster right now.
That's so cool. Oh my god. But like I thought Nas would be like the 4, and then like or maybe they played Nas at the 5 and Randle at the 4 and like look to move Gobert later. I don't know. But like that's where I thought they were going. But then I'm like, oh my god, they have McDaniels. And like I was reading a Knicks beat reporter. He said that DiVincenzo is like super unhappy with the situation in the Knicks, like because I think Tibbs wants to play 8 max. So you have the obvious starting 5. You have like Brunson, Anunoby, Bridges, and now Cat. You have Hart, and then you have Deuce McBride, who he loves a lot, and like DiVincenzo's gonna slot in maybe in that sort of like 7th man role where he's gonna get like 15 minutes a game, but I'm sure he wanted playing time after playing so well last season.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think it's more of a lateral move for you guys. I kind of really like the move for the Knicks. Like, I think they were gonna start Precious Achiuwa at center before this. I think anything's better than that. I like Precious Achiuwa as a player, but like they were looking like after losing Iyer. I know they wanted like Goga Bitadze. Like that's how low they were going. So I think like Cat really wants to play as Cat more of a 4 or 5. I think you would know better. Like what does he want to play?
His natural position is a 5.
So I think he probably wanted to play at the 5 too. I know he was stunned by the trade yesterday.
Did you see his Instagram post at like 3:11 of him in the Timberwolves facility just by himself with his dad, just like taking the last shots, bro? It's kind of sad.
I feel so bad. Like if anyone deserved to like stay through the entire project, it's Cat. Yeah. Like everyone else kind of like it feels like they're riding the coattails of what he built.
Yep.
But like, I mean, they know it's Ant's team now, so like it's like
they just kind of like you were saying like about like Randle having like that. I saw a video like someone described it as like having tunnel vision in like certain moments of the game. You kind of saw it when Brunson started to emerge last season. Like Randle still was trying to be like that hero ball player, but this season, like this past season, in the beginning of the season, Randle was like actually really bad. Like he wasn't playing well at all. Like the first 10, 15 games of the season, he was really bad. But before his shoulder injury, when like he kind of saw like Brunson was like going off, and I feel like Randle at that point realized like, okay, let me take a step back a little and let me just play my game. And then when he started doing that, that's when like he was going off at the same time. And when he was going off at that point, it didn't look like he was forcing his shots. So I understand where you're coming from. And like it makes a lot of sense because Cat kind of had the same kind of thing when Ant first came into the league. Like Cat still kind of thought this is my team. It took him like 2 or 3. I think last year was like the first year where Cat bought into like, all right, I'm the second option, Ant's the first option. My
But
whole
you
thing
could see
is,
it with Cat though, right?
yeah,
Like
you can see it with Cat.
if you look at Cat's skill set, like he has the ability to be a second option. Like he can come
Yeah.
off a screen, take a three. He can
Yep.
like he cuts to the basket. Like he like he moves at the ball. My
Yeah.
issue with Randle, like I'm not as tapped into Knicks basketball as I am to like most Western Conference basketball. But my issue with Randle's always been like late shot clock, step back, mid range jump shots, or like if he doesn't have the ball, he's like low key standing in the corner. Like we used to say this about Russ all the time. Like, oh my god, what would Russ be if he just moved without the ball? Like if he just flash cut to the paint, and like you see it with like flashes with like the Lakers, like at the end, like he would do it sometimes. On the Clippers, he'd do it a lot. But when it comes down to it, when it comes down to like the moments that would like require any sort of like thinking, like they go back to who they always have been, right? Like Russ is still taking those like off balance, like mid range jump shots, or like Julius Randle is like just like
fading
hogging
away
the ball.
out of bounds,
Exactly.
like chucking a shot up in the corner. Yeah.
So if he can turn that sort of like switch off to tell him to shoot the ball every single time, like I think he has a decent amount of defensive potential. Going to be a better defender than Cat. So
Definitely,
like I never really understood the 2-5s thing with like him and Gobert.
Like I get it worked for a year, like it was working a little bit, but like I feel like this is also going to allow Ant to play a lot more faster. That's like I feel like that's the key. Like the Wolves were never like we weren't a really good like fast break possession like kind of team. We were more of like a half court offense. Give the ball to Ant and let him cook, or just like pass the ball to Cat in the corner and let him make a three. That was kind of what the offense looked like.
Yeah.
I remember like both of us talking, like even before we got Rob Dillingham, like in the Mavs series, what was the one thing the Wolves couldn't do? They couldn't create a shot off the dribble when Ant was double teamed. That was like their whole thing. Now, like you got Rob, he was a rookie. You kind of before the Randle trade happened, like you're putting all your trust in that second off the dribble scorer in Rob as a rookie. That's kind of you're giving way too much expectations for a rookie like that. But then you bring in Randle. Yeah, he might not be like as good of a 3-point shooter as Cat. Like the spacing with him and Gobert won't be there as well. But his ability to just like create his own offense and like fully just like slash to the rim off the dribble, that will take off so much pressure from Ant. And I feel like doing that will allow Ant to focus on like his playmaking side of his game, or just like in general, just like his defensive awareness, like when he's playing off ball. Like I feel like it's gonna allow Ant to focus on like other parts of his game, because now he has another person that like, okay, if my shot's not working, someone else can just go ISO for a possession or two and try and get their shot off. So that's my thinking with the whole thing. And then with the DiVincenzo coming off starting, I think it's going to be Conley, because we tried the like Ant at 3 when we had D'Lo. Like we played D'Lo at the 1, we played Malik Beasley at the 2, and then we played Ant at the 3.
I saw that too.
Yeah,
but
that
like there's no way Ant plays the point.
Yeah, so I think what I think is going to happen is they're going to put it's going to be Conley, Ant, McDaniels, Randle, Gobert. Then you're from the bench, you're going to have Rob Dillingham's going to sub in for Conley probably. You'll take DiVincenzo with Ant, or DiVincenzo can also run point guard. I've seen him run point guard for the Knicks at times when Brunson's needed a break. So you can see it and Dante like backcourt lineup. And then on the bench, you would have Na at the 3. And even though like Nickeil Alexander-Walker is like really smally sized, the defensive potential you have between DiVincenzo and Na, like they're both really, really good perimeter defenders, so they can kind of hold their own. But again, the team is so deep now. Like I don't know who is going to start, who is not going to start. But one thing to look for in the future is definitely a Naz Reid contract extension, because if Cat was staying on the team, Naz has a player option next year, so he would have probably declined it because he's only making 15 mil this year.
Yeah, he's gonna get it back.
Yeah, he's gonna get easily in the range of like 20 to 25 easily. So I feel like we're trying to build around Naz now, and that like young group of like McDaniels and Rob and Naz. I think that was their whole plan.
I mean, like I'm sure the major reason behind you guys moving Cat was the salary, right?
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
you can't really justify in like 2 years paying him $61.5 million.
Yeah.
Like he's just not that kind of player.
You
But
can't like pay a number 2 option when he's 31 years old, $60 million. Like that's crazy.
exactly, that's what they're gonna be doing. Jaylen Brown in Boston.
Yeah, wow.
Let's see what
That's
happens there.
like if you look at it, bro, where the Knicks have this kind of money too? Because Cat's on a max, OG's on a max.
It's because Brunson took the pay cut.
Yeah. Oh, Brunson did take a. Brunson's still making what, like 40 mil a year, close to 40 mil a year.
Nah, Brunson's making like 36.
What?
Yeah, but
Wow.
he's gonna re-up in 2 years and make like I think it's like 4 years 290 after
Ooh.
that, and then that's where they're gonna be in like cap hell.
Yeah.
Because Brunson took 130 off now. I think he took like $117 million pay cut, and
Okay.
then he's gonna re-up when the TV deal comes in because the salary cap's gonna go like triple, and then he's gonna make it all back and then some. Like,
but then they're still they're gonna have to get rid of someone at that point too if they.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Josh Hart or like something. But
Yeah.
I think when Cat's making what, is Cat making 45 this year?
He's making 50 this year and then 60 next year, I think.
Let me search up Cat's contract because I think when Cat hits, yeah, so Cat has a $61 million player option, which he's obviously going to take around the same time where Brunson can sign that massive extension. So I assume that this is going to be like a 2-year window for the Knicks. We should probably talk about the Knicks a little more because we talk about the Wolves for so much. But like, I assume it's going to be like a 2-year window for the Knicks where like this is their core, kind of like what the Celtics are doing, where they sign like everyone for like a 3-4 year like window.
Yeah.
And so their starting lineup is going to be Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby, Cat, Hart, right?
Yeah.
So like Hart's going to play the 2. Okay. That's a stacked starting 5. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a pretty solid starting 5.
Yeah, like they don't have any depth. I think it's just Deuce McBride. I don't know.
Deuce McBride, Achua, Mitchell Robinson.
Let me look at the Knicks depth chart because they have Mitchell Robinson for about a half a season.
They have Tyler Kollick as their 12th spot.
All right, they're not gonna play him.
Yeah, they won't play Tyler. My other concern for Cat going to the Knicks is he's gonna go back playing with Tibbs, but like, dude, Cat cannot sustain the 45 to 40, like even the 42 to 45 minutes at like constant per night with his body and with his injury risk. He cannot sustain that. That's another thing. Like I feel like if you try and play him in that Tibbs system, it's gonna go a little bit wrong, in some way, shape, or form.
Something has to give, right? Like Tibbs is gonna have to change something because
Tibbs
like
cannot.
Last season, their entire like playoff run ended off OG hamstring.
Yep.
Jalen Brunson fractured wrist.
Yep.
Josh Hart was definitely something. He's definitely something. Like
that dude, like his ab was like ripped or something. Like he had some type of like something.
Yeah. Like you can't. I'm so shocked that he hasn't changed after D Rose, bro. Like you see the way he changed that man's life, and like you're gonna still play everyone, gas everyone 39, 40 minutes a night.
It's
like I don't know.
Season.
It's crazy. So I hope that like because
I really hope that doesn't get hurt because like the last 3 years, before these last 3 years, like Cat's first 4 or 5 years in the league, he was relatively like probably one of the healthiest players. Like he would play 80 games a season. This last 3 years, like it's just been a injury after injury. Like obviously they're not like crazy serious injuries, but like they add up, and they're all like another thing. They're all on one leg too. Like he had a major calf strain on his left leg. Then he had some knee injury on his like left leg as well. Like he broke his left wrist. Like the whole left side of his body just like gone.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep bringing it to Russ, but like Russ got hurt on that left leg so much that like it was like for meniscuses especially, like if you keep hurting it, use the same like cartilage to like heal like the injury, right? So at some point it's gonna be bone on bone. And then when it's bone on bone, you can't even get up anymore. Like
bro, they're in like constant pain at that point.
Yeah. So like my theory is that Tibbs is seeing that like catch like the injuries are piling up. They actually have bodies that can play. Like Achua is like pretty well built. Like
He is.
he can sustain a good like 15 minutes a night. Mitchell Robinson, good 20 minutes a night. I think like if Cat can be in
Mr. Robinson a good 5 minutes a night, bro. Give him 5 minutes a night, let him stay healthy, bro. That's it.
If Cat can play in like 30 and a half to 32.5 minute range per night, he can do it.
Yeah.
But
are you
projecting
Cat to be like are you projecting Cat to be the number 2 on the Knicks now? Like just a full number 2, or is it like so it's gonna go easy. Brunson, him, Bridges, Anunoby, and then like Hart.
Yeah, because Bridges can't be a number 2. Anunoby never wants to be a number 2. He's just a catch and shoot 3-and-D. So like it's gonna be Cat.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid team. Can't lie.
It's solid roster, and like they guard everywhere except for Cat and Brunson, but like they guard.
Yeah. Brunson doesn't guard. Hart guards.
Hart guards. Anunoby and Bridges guard.
Clamps.
Yeah. And Cat guards Jokic, but no one else.
He only guards Jokic.
Yeah.
He'll guard Jokic and then he'll try on KD like every other possession when he wants to. That's about it.
All right, so you had the Timberwolves as the 1 seed before this. Does this change?
Honestly,
like maybe no change.
Yeah, I don't think it changes it. But like, I don't know. The Nuggets might be a tougher opponent now for us. I will say. But like at the same time, like we still have like centers on centers. You have Naz Reid. You have like Luka Garza. In my opinion, is still a pretty serviceable. Not defensively, but like offensively, like Chet. Yeah, Chet. I mean. Yeah, who's gonna? You got Gobert on Chet, bro. That's about to be. Oh my god.
I don't know what that is.
Last time Gobert played Chet, he low-key clamped him.
Oh my god, he claimed a rookie. Wow.
Still,
wow. Oh man, the defensive player of the year claimed a rookie.
Wow. Defensive player of the year cooked a rookie.
Crazy.
Right. But moving on from the Cat trade, we have something else that's a little bit like obviously less exciting, but like. We don't even know.
Don't say less exciting, bro. Don't say less exciting. like listen. All right, so Kawhi Leonard got surgery again. Shock. But here's like prayers to Kawhi. Obviously, he's obviously gonna start the season. He won't start the season. He'll probably come like 20 games in, like give or take. But this firmly puts the Thunder in the Cooper flag race. Firmly. Like, bro, like I thought the Clippers are gonna be bad anyways, and like
Kawhi's out, bro.
Now they're gonna be like, bro, you're asking like 90-year-old James Harden to lead a team.
Did you see the picture of James Harden? They were like, "Yo, bro, lost hella weight, dude. Did you see his legs, bro? They look like sticks, bro. They look like absolute sticks."
So I mean, is it time for Kawhi to retire? Like, I feel like he's 30. 3, maybe older.
Like if he retires,
he's 33.
Now, he's going into the Hall of Fame so easily. Like
easily, it's not even like debate.
Yeah, it's not a question. He won he won the Raptors a chip. He won a chip. With
he completed basketball besides like the MVP.
Yeah, and I don't think he cares about getting MVP. Realistically, he really doesn't.
No.
In all honesty, if the Clippers like came up to him and were like, "Yo, can we buy your contract out?" and he'll probably be like, "Yo, might as you do it any day, bro."
Dude, because like even for like a person like me, like for those viewers who don't know, like I have a reputation for like getting hurt like really often. Yeah. Like it's like, and I don't even play like sports like that. Like and like opening jars of like I have like really like my wrists are still torn up. It's like opening doors is still like a challenge. This guy is like an NBA player playing 80, like not 82, but he's playing like a good amount of games per season. Like constant like leg injuries, like what's the point? Like he's already made like $300 million. Like there's no reason for him to like keep playing through this shit.
He has that generational wealth already there. Like he doesn't really need to. In my opinion, I don't understand why he keeps trying to sacrifice his body. But I think in the NBA, especially like when it comes to retiring early, it's when it comes to the NFL, like you see a lot of players retire like 27, 28, 29 because it's a very physically inducing sport. Like you get hit multiple times. They don't want to take hits like that. But in the NBA, like when you see a player retire at like 30 or 31, I feel like the connotation of that player, like in other players' minds and like everybody, like all fans' minds are like, oh, damn, like all he wanted to do was make a bag and then he dipped. Like I feel like players in the NBA.
But you think Kawhi cares about that stuff though?
Yeah, like
you
I
think
feel like if
cares
Kawhi
about
retired right now, people won't say that. People would be like, he retired because he just doesn't want to play, and he's just gonna keep getting hurt.
Nah, like first take a run a segment like is Kawhi the biggest what if in sports? Like they'll run like some sort of like dumbass, dude.
Yeah.
But like realistically, like he's not gonna like the Clippers aren't winning. Like they're not gonna win anything. So he's not gonna improve his legacy.
And
anything.
like it's not like they're in like a solidified in the playoff race or anything either that they need him to come back and try and make a run in the playoffs. Like it's nothing like that.
No, they're gonna get smoked.
Yeah, they'll get absolutely smoked. If they even somehow make the playoffs, they'll get swept so easily in the first round.
I'm not gonna say by the grace of God, bro, because if they make the playoffs, there's more injuries for Kawhi.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
Hopefully they miss it for his sake.
Yeah, for his sake, so we could just cut his season short. But who do you think is going to start for him?
Sorry,
who do you think is going to start instead of him? Like for the first, like
who cares? Like Norman Powell. I don't know.
Bones Powell like 20 a game.
Oh Lord, they're gonna start
from the field.
Kevin Porter Jr. They're gonna start Josh Primo. Bro, they got foul in 11 over there.
Yeah, bro. Josh Primo did some dumb shit. Kevin Porter Jr. He beat up like Jaylen Brown's like girl or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to date Jaylen Brown's girl, but yeah. We'll see what happens with the Clippers. I think like especially now, I had them at, if I remember correctly, it was like 9 or 10.
I had them firmly at like 12.
Yeah, I think you had them 13. A lot. I think I had my thing actually up. Let me check.
Yeah, but do you think, dude? What if we get Cooper Flag, bro? I'm sorry, like this is like divulging into like brain rot because like there's like no way.
That'd be crazy, bro.
But like I don't think the league would let it happen. But
you don't think so?
No. Like they gotta find a way for like the Wizards to get the first pick again because they're horrendous.
Or the Nets or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. I think that Cooper Flag on the Nets would be kind of cool. That'd be kind of dope.
Nah, I hope he goes to like a team that has to like bro. I don't want to see another like. I don't want to see them ruin his career.
Yeah, that's also true. But talking about careers that were ruined or ended early, something else kind of crazy that happened recently is D Rose retired. Kind of sad.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
What are your takes on that? You think that he could have like been still like a contributing backup point guard in the league, like if it didn't end up retiring?
He made the smart decision. Like at some point, like same thing with Kawhi. Like it's not worth putting your body through like that much harm. Like same thing I said with Russ before, but like that. I think D Rose. I don't know how many ACLs he's had. I think it's 2, but he's torn a meniscus for sure. Like that leg just becomes like less and less like movable to a point where like you're limping when you walk regularly. So it's like there's no point. Like to draw to a different sport. I don't know if you know who Kamaru Usman is. He's in the UFC.
Yep.
But he can't stand on pavement anymore.
Really?
Because it hurts his legs.
Oh, wow.
He has to stand on like a padded surface wherever he goes.
Wow.
Like there's no like there's no joy in living life like that after a certain point.
Yeah, like that's just like you put your body into so much pain to make like millions of dollars. I get it, but then like after that, like you're just in constant pain.
Exactly. I would never do it.
Yeah, especially UFC, bro. Like imagine their legs.
Yeah. But here's an interesting question. You think D Rose a Hall of Famer?
As I was gonna bring that up, I feel like since almost every person that's won MVP so far has been in the Hall of Fame, right? Like past players. Every
person that's ever won MVP has or will be in the Hall of Fame. The only debate is Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose, yeah. I think you got to give it to him, bro. Just like
you think so?
I think like he's like an inspiration to someone. Just like all right, he has an MVP. If you look at his resume, it's nothing crazy. He's just like a 3-time All-Star and like a 1 or 2-time All-NBA. Like okay, but like the youngest MVP in the league is something kind of crazy to do, especially when you're like 22 years old. Then you play like that's also like kind of when LeBron was in his prime. Like you had to beat him out for that, even though that year
LeBron should have won it.
Yeah, LeBron should have won it that year. Yeah, LeBron should have won it that year, but they gave it to D Rose. But still, I think
because
like
they didn't want to give
also like
LeBron 5 in a row, bro. If LeBron
I
won that one,
know,
he got 5 in a row.
yeah. But like he has so much. He has like, and he's like an inspiration to like a lot of kids that play basketball. Like he's such a well-known name throughout like the basketball community, bro. Like Antoine Griezmann literally says, "I love Derrick Rose" in an interview, bro. Like a
Yeah,
soccer player, bro. Like,
yeah.
and he wasn't even relevant at that point. So like, it's crazy. So like, when someone has that much of an influence on like the sport itself and like has such a strong story, I feel like that also kind of affects like them getting into the Hall of Fame. I saw some probability of it being like 10%. I was like, 10% is hella low. I was like, maybe put it at like 40, 50, but 10 is crazy.
Nah, I don't think he gets in.
You don't think
I just don't think he's done
so?
enough. Like I
Ben
think,
Wallace, okay, I get Ben Wallace is like a 4-time defensive player of the year.
yeah,
If
bro. I
he's in the Hall
say
of Fame, bro, Derrick Rose has to at least
no
get
way.
some.
This is not. This not. This is crazy because I think, like, for example, I think Jamal Crawford is like aesthetically better at basketball than like Ben Wallace. Like if you were to watch both of them play, you would think
Yeah,
Jamal Crawford's better at basketball. But Ben Wallace did more for the sport. And
yeah,
more
for the sport.
like for example, here's a better one. Like Rudy Gobert is gonna ease his way into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
Like
people won't like
like
it, but it's easy.
yeah, exactly. I think like Derrick Rose at his prime was like so much better than Rudy Gobert will ever be as a basketball player.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
like there's not a debate in any of our minds whether like Rudy Gobert make the basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But I just don't like I just think Derrick Rose, I think 2010 to like 2013 was like
Mhm.
his career. Like I'm not gonna lie.
It was 3 years.
Like like I just don't think it's enough. Like I think fun fact actually, you know he was 9th in MVP in 2021.
Really?
Some dumbass voted him like in the top 3.
Who?
I don't know, but
What
it was a
team was he
season he
on?
was on the Pistons and got traded to the Knicks or like vice versa. He averaged like 14 points a game. I think he was 3rd and 6th man of the year voting, but he
Yeah. Oh, he was
finished
pretty solid that year.
yeah, but he finished 9th in the MVP, right
Wow.
above Ben Simmons. But
So funny.
like that's his only besides those 3 years, that's his only other MVP placing year, which is kind of
Yeah.
funny. Actually.
It's yeah, and like I said, like his resume isn't anything like super crazy either. Like he's never either had like crazy playoff success. I think he's made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think that once.
Yeah, I can pull his resume up. He's rookie of the year,
Yeah.
only 1 time All NBA, 3-time All Star, and he has no other like he was 3rd and 6th man of the year.
Yeah, that's
And it's like it's not like the thing is like the sort of like wow is like youngest MVP ever. But if you literally just take that season out of it, he averages around 16 points a game and he got the rookie of the year. He's essentially Malcolm Brogdon.
it's crazy take. Yo.
I don't mean to be disrespectful, but like if you like look at his resume and compare it to like if you want to look at a player who averaged like in the teens in points per game and won rookie of the year, it's Malcolm Brogdon.
Yeah, Malcolm Brogdon. I don't know, Jeff Teague won rookie of the year. Like reminds me of a Jeff Teague.
Nah, like it's literally Malcolm Brogdon.
Yo, that's crazy.
Like Malcolm Brogdon averages 15 points a game for his career. He won rookie of the year. And nothing. He won 6th man of the year. Actually, it might be worse than Malcolm Brogdon.
Wow, no, but Malcolm Brogdon don't got All Stars and All NBAs.
Yeah, all right, fine. 3 All Stars and 1 All NBA.
But yeah, if you put it in that perspective, then yeah, I can see why like his probability of getting in is pretty is like
it's low. I don't think it'll happen.
Yeah. Do you think like yeah? And every person like you for the NBA Hall of Fame, you have to get like it's like a nomination, right? Like you get nominated and then you get like selected into
And
it.
there's like a committee that votes. Yeah.
So you think he'll get nominated for it and then like he won't
For
get
sure.
selected into it?
Yeah, because if he doesn't get nominated, then like the D Rose like cult association will like come and try to take the heads of everyone else. Like I've never seen someone like so adored by like a group of people off of like 1 year.
1 year, yeah.
Like
Not
I
gonna lie though, bro. Like that 1 year, like
1 year's
I
absurd.
bought his jersey after that
Yeah,
year.
it
That was
was
the
it was
first
1
NBA
year.
jersey I got. Was a D Rose jersey.
It was great, but like, it was like that and like Jeremy Lin. Like Jeremy Lin I kind of get because he's like the first Asian player to do it, but like
Mhm.
those like the two like cultiest sort of like movements in basketball I've ever seen in my life.
Yep. Yeah. I can very much see that. Do you think how long do you think it would take for like that nomination to like be there?
He might get in the Hall of Fame at some point later in his career. Like
Yeah.
he might do it. Like I just don't think he'd be first ballot. Like
Mhm.
I just don't think it'll happen on his first time. Like I
Yeah.
think when we're like 50,
He'll get it.
he'd probably make it.
Yeah.
Because like you said, like he's influenced so many people. Like he got like a majority of the people, like the generation above us, like into basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you look at like streamers nowadays, like all of them were like D Rose, like Lil Pump made a song called D Rose. Like it's just like ingrained in the pop culture.
Yeah.
But I just don't think he like did enough for the league.
Do you think the Bulls will retire his number at least?
100%.
100%. Yeah.
Got to. Yeah.
If
I
you
don't know if
retire-
anyone wore the number since.
number 6?
No, anyone wore the number since.
Oh, 1? No. I don't think anybody's worn 1 since. Yeah, no. Do you think that T-Wolves will retire Cat's number?
Who we all retired so far? Just Kevin Garnett.
We haven't retired KG's number yet because of the whole Glenn Taylor thing. KG won't let.
Oh,
let
I
us
thought they got past that. Oh my god. Okay.
KG won't let us do it until Glenn Taylor is out of.
So as a team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Have you retired a number yet or no?
Kevin Loves, I think.
Kevin Loves. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, if he got retired, then yeah, Cat gets his number retired. Sure.
Cat's had a better Timberwolves career than Kevin Love. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Although Kevin Love was like twice the player, in my opinion.
Yeah, Kevin Love did that 30-30 game.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Was it 30-20?
30-30.
Oh, it was 30-30. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
crazy. There's been some iconic games in T-Wolves history, bro. Game 7 versus the Kings. D Rose's 50-point game. Kevin Love's 30-30.
Cool.
That 50-point game was crazy, especially him doing it on the Wolves after being washed and everything. That's the fact that like he was able to do that. Also, like to me, like I don't know, I still have some sort of like thing in the back of my mind. I feel like he could like not be like a right away off the like bench, like contribute like 15 points a game. I feel like D Rose can be still like a decent vet presence in the locker room.
Nah, if the NBA season was like 16 games, then yeah, of course. But like he's gonna like his knees. I'm not trying to be mean. Like his knees are just gonna like explode. Like it's the same reason I'm thinking like I pray to God like Russ retires in like a year or two. Like because at some point it's like even though you're like a contributing starter, like Russ is really good for the Clippers. Mm-hmm. It's just like you want to have a life with your family, bro. Like you do. You want to like you don't want to see your son like watching you limp around. You know, it's like it's just not a good look.
Do you think that Russ, like last question for you, do you think Russ's impact on the Nuggets is gonna be like that game changing for the Nuggets?
I think they're gonna be games that he wins for them. Yeah.
And like,
but I think unfortunately though there'll also be games that he loses for them.
Yeah.
So
I think
like
definitely. Like, but they lack that backup point guard, but they kind of got that now.
He'll help them more than he hurts them.
Yeah, I agree as well. But yeah,
until they get smoked by the Thunder.
Yeah, we're about to sweep them this year. It's okay. About to go 4-0 against the Nugs real quick. It's whatever. Something slight, you know.
some light.
Don't lie. We beat them in a 7-game series already. We got it. It's whatever. Yeah. But yeah, that was our emergency episode for today. Had some crazy, couple unexpected things happen recently. So yeah, I'm gonna be back in Florida. Probably I'm going back on Monday. So me and Aashrith will be dropping another episode Tuesday, Wednesday when I get back, and we'll probably do some more of our like challenges or like kind of like the question and answer games that we usually do. Some of those segments we'll probably get back on those, and then we'll probably also talk a little bit maybe just like about the season, since the season's actually coming up pretty close. Opening night is in October 22nd, so.
And we'll be way more tapped in once the season starts. Like it's just like super hard to come up with like shit to talk about when there's like no basketball going on. But
let's keep sticking with us. Yeah, when the season starts, this episode's about to keep coming every single week. So but this was episode 25 for you guys, and peace.
Peace out.